Hey everyone, hope all is well. Welcome to today's video. I have some questions for you before I answer them for you, which is what is the difference between a generalist consulting role and a domain specific consulting role? Which role should I apply for? If I don't have any experience in a background, can I still get through consulting? And if I have 10 years of experience in a certain background, which specific consulting role should I apply for? Should I apply to become a generalist consultant or should I apply for a domain? All these questions I'll be answering in this video. So please stay with this video till the end. But before I get started, just a simple request as always, which is our channel has received a lot of support and love from you till now. We have been able to amass broadly 70,000 followers ever since we started in December 2022. So that has been possible because of you liking and subscribing to the channel and thoroughly giving your support to the videos. But if you are someone who has liked our videos but haven't subscribed till now, please do that because that will help us in reaching out to more and more working professionals and college students who are confused in their careers. Awesome. So, one question that a lot of professionals end up asking me that, Sarthak, I have 7 years of experience in the insurance industry. Now, if I want to switch to consulting, let's say from an ACO or an insurance deco or an LIC where I've worked, if I want to switch to consulting, should I apply for a strategy consulting role, which is a generalist consulting role, or should I apply for a specific insurance consulting or a BFSI consulting or a financial services consulting practice within the firm? Now, before I answer that for you, and obviously it's your call at the end of the day, but before I answer that for you, it's very important to understand what is the difference between a generalist and a specialist when it comes to consulting as an industry. So, in generalist consulting, whenever you are hired, wherever you are hired, be it in the big four or the big three, you will be tasked to solve problems for clients of all kinds. Your clients can be anybody from a Cred to a Zomato to a Zerodha to an ICICI bank to the Indian government. Or let's say your client can be a donor or a foundation or an NGO. And you will be solving problems of all kinds, which means that you can be optimizing marketing spend for Zomato, or you can help Cred in introducing their fintech offering or their loans marketplace offering in Indonesia, or you can be helping a state government, let's say UP government, in increasing their GDP, or you can be helping a think tank like Niti Aayog to come up with a new education policy. So your problems that you cater to and the clients that you serve as a generalist can be anybody, any startup, any conglomerate, be it edtech, pharma, agriculture, IT, financial services, asset management, anyone and anybody can be your client. That's why the word general in generalist. And when it comes to who is hired for these roles, it's typically anybody who has 0 to 8 years of experience. And it can be a college fresher who's being hired as an analyst. It can be an MBA grad who's being hired as an associate consultant. It can be somebody who's a working professional for 7 years and wants to switch to consulting. So that's what generalist consulting is all about. Now, specialist consulting or domain specific consulting is, as the name suggests, aligned to or restricted to one practice. For example, let's say we have Aman who has 11 years of experience in finance. He has been in equity research working with, let's say, Kotak Securities for the last 11 years after his undergrad, and now he wants to make a switch to consulting. Now he has 11 years of experience in equity research and finance. When he makes a switch today, it's good for him, it's to his advantage if he applies for a financial consulting specific practice, be it with Bain, be it with Accenture, be it with EY, be it with McKinsey. Why? Because Aman is a candidate who already has so much experience in finance. He has spent 11 years in an investment banking firm that now any consulting recruiter who's hiring him would want to leverage his experience from day one. So he can still get into a generalist consulting role, but he'll have a very good chance if he applies for financial consulting or BFSI consulting practices, be it in any of the firms that we mentioned. And in domain specific consulting, when Aman makes a switch, let's say to Bain and Company, and he's working with the financial consulting or the private equity group practice of Bain, he'll be catering to all sorts of clients, let's say an Axis Bank or a Razorpay, but the kind of problems he'll be solving and the nature of his clients will be aligned to his industry, which is finance. So rather than a generalist who has been solving different sorts of problems for somebody from food tech, fintech, edtech, agriculture, a domain specific consultant or a specialist, as we call them, will solve problems for clients from that particular sector where they are coming from, which for Aman in this case is finance. So he can cater to a bank to reduce their non-performing assets. He can cater to Razorpay to introduce a new offering for them for, let's say, cross-border payments. So that's the difference between a specialist and a generalist in a consulting parlance. Now, before I wrap up, a lot of people ask me this question that, I have 10 plus years of experience, which role should I apply for? Like I mentioned, you have a very good probability of getting through if you have 10 plus years of experience in one industry, be it operations or sales or supply chain or procurement, and you apply for that specific practice in a consulting role. Somebody with 12 years of experience in procurement, let's say in Amazon or Flipkart, if they apply for a procurement consulting role with McKinsey, they have very good chances because they bring that work ethic to the table, right? So if you have 10 plus years of experience in one industry, pick specialist consulting roles. If you have anywhere between 0 to 8 years of experience, you will anyway be hired as a generalist. So you should pick domain agnostic consulting roles. That being said, one more thing that I wanted to cover is the difference in terms of hiring processes for both generalist and specialist. So for generalist, it's, CV, shortlisting, cover letter writing, you have guesstimates and case interviews, which can span across any industry because that's what you will work on and that's the variety of clients you will cater to. For specialists, what I have seen from our mentees' experience who have taken our consulting fellowship and who have been mentored by our mentors is that for specialists, the process is the same, which is CV making best practices remain the same, cover letter writing remains the same, guesstimates remain the same, cases also remain the same in terms of the frameworks you use. But sometimes for a specialist, let's say who's coming from a mining background, when he or she is interviewed by, let's say, McKinsey today, since they have 10 years of experience in mining, their case problem might be related to mining, right? Which is your client is the mining industry of India. They want to regulate and put, stringent norms for unorganized mining practices which happen in the country. What should they do? Or let's say somebody coming from a marketing background, 12 years of experience, will be getting a marketing centric problem, which can be, your client is a fintech startup. They have 1 crore rupees of marketing spend per month. They are catering to wealth management services and their clients obviously are high net worth individuals. What should be their marketing allocation in terms of YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp marketing, email marketing, and how will they allocate 1 crore amongst these channels? So that can be your sort of problem. So a specialist can be asked case problems related to their previous industry just to gauge their sectoral knowledge. But for generalists, it can be anything. And 3 out of 4 components in the interviews remain the same. For the fourth one, the context can be similar to your previous industry as a specialist, and then there is no difference between a generalist and specialist in terms of hiring, but a lot of difference in terms of what is the quality of work and what are the clients that you cater to and the problems you solve. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you very soon.